So good morning, my name is Noah. To the people that don't know who I am, I'm going to have 3 classes that are designed to deal with fall prevention. So we'll start with finding out where we are in space. So go ahead and sit towards the edge of the chair and feel the sitting bones on the chair. And if you move your weight a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left, you can feel that the sitting bones that are right underneath here get more in contact with the chair as you're shifting to one side and as you're shifting to the other side. And the space between one sitting bone to the other is maybe this much, maybe. So it's not an exercise where we're moving from side to side. It's just enough so we can find that bone. And just enough so we can find that bone. And when you get there, can you feel muscle working? Do you feel that side getting tighter and stronger? And I'm using different words just to get our imagination and the sensation. So as you shift and you're right over the bone, what happens to this hip? Now, some of you choose to lift your heel when you go back. What happens if you lift your heel? Go ahead and lift the opposite heel. So if you are on your right hip, the left heel is up. Now put the heel down. Don't come back. Stay. Lift the heel up and lower the heel down. If you lift your heel up, does it make it a little bit easier? And come back to center. And let's go to the other sitting bone. So it's your left, my right. Is it easier when you lift your heel? What happens when you put your heel down? Can you feel the muscle in the back of your hip engaging?
Mm-hmm.
For some of you that it's new, it might be like, what is she talking about? I don't feel anything. It's okay, just play with it and come back to center. And now we're not going to lift the heel. We're just going to move a little bit towards the sitting bone and a little bit towards the sitting bone. And actually, instead of lifting the heel, push that heel down. And go to the other side and push the opposite heel down. And go to the other side and push down. And push down. So we're using the force into the ground to lift us up and to stabilize. So the foot goes into the ground and I'm shifting to the side. And I'm moving to the side and I'm anchoring. And rest. And see how it feels. Are you sitting on both sides? Does it feel a little bit different? Think about the sitting bones being your stabilizing, or that, like when we're standing, the feet are the one that's holding us up. When we're sitting, the sitting bones are the one that's holding us up. Yes? Can you see that? So if this is my base, that's the word I was looking for. If this is my base, where do I put my spine? A little bit more to the right, a little bit more to the left, right in the middle. What happens when I roll off my sitting bones and I go slouching? Am I balanced now? Come back on the sitting bones. Let's go forward. Am I balanced now? Or am I about to fall on my nose? How far can I go back before I fall and I feel afraid? And how far can I go forward before I feel that I'm unstable? So we are getting out of center in the back and we're going out of center in the front. Now, there's a lot of ways of doing it. There is rolling down, with the arms. We have a lot of different variations that we can do it. We're not doing an exercise of going forward. We're just finding out that when we are on the sitting bones and we go forward, we're going to lose balance at one point. And we're going to have to get the muscles in the thigh, and we're going to have to get the muscles in the chest, and we're going to have to do something to hold us up, right? Same thing when we go back. Can you feel the muscle in your back tightening up? Mm-hmm. It's like, oh my God, when are you going to let go of the feet and fall? And that feeling, as we get older, that ability to, come back, is diminishing. And that's what we need to work with. So let's put our hands on the thigh, and we're going to go forward. And it's going to be very, very different for each one of us. How far do I need to go forward before I feel that inner feeling of this is not so safe, and come back? So we'll play with it. You go to the place where you start feeling inside, not so safe, and push with your hands back and come back. How quick can you come back? You go forward, and you come back. And it's not how far can I go forward to come back. It's just until you get that sensation of like, I need to have more muscles holding me, this is not safe, and boom. It's that return that I'm looking for. It's that quick return. There you go. And where is this return coming from? That quick, like there's a fire and the back of your spine, the old brain knows to take your arms away. You're almost falling and you're getting back into erect.
I'm trying to find it.
Go less. Just go a little bit here where you feel that maybe there's tightening in your neck or maybe something in your belly. Just a little bit and come back. Just a little bit out of center and return. Now return. Just return. Quickly.
I don't know why I can't feel it. Like
so even without feeling it, just go a little bit forward there and come back. Because it's the coming back that I'm looking for. And come back to center. And take a minute to observe how you feel sitting. And if you have a different understanding of center now and balance. And we're going to do the same thing back. We're going to go very little back and come back. There's like a startle. It's like my little dog, he's almost 14. During the day he's just lazy and he's old and he has cataract. But when he sees a squirrel suddenly or a lizard, suddenly boom, everything moves fast and alert. So it's like we're going back and we're almost falling in alertness. There you go. It's that quick, I don't want to fall. I'm coming back. I don't want to fall, come back. Stop. Yata. So obviously we're not exercising, we're finding out how our nervous system is working with the muscles to respond to an outside. So most of the time when we fall, we're not falling necessarily. I mean, we do fall forward and back, but let's try to go to the side. Going to the side and coming back. When you go to your left, you push with the left foot to come back.
No.
That bounce, like the ball goes into the wall and bounces away from the wall. Because the foot bounces you back. Can you push with the left foot to come back? It's like a spring that, come back. And you can think about it, there's a spring inside you. There you go. Let's try the other side. You're falling, and boom. Is one side responding better than the other? I feel a big difference between my right and my left. Can you sense the differences? Are you using the foot to bring you up? Use your foot, push the foot into the floor to come back. So it's not an exercise of the upper body. It's I'm falling and boom, I'm coming back. And push the foot to come back. Better. And push the foot to come back. There you go. It's that springiness. Okay, good. So with the feet on the floor, underneath the knees, press the heel into the floor and let go. Press the heel and let go. Press the heel, let go. What happens to your hip? It moves backwards, doesn't it? You push the heel and it transmits it all the way up and it pushes the heel, the hip back. Good. Now let's push the front of the foot. Push the toes and the metatarsal, that section in front of the toes, or back of the toes.
They asked if they was spot filling, so
How does it feel different in your pelvis, in your hip, when you push the front of the foot or the back of the foot? Or the front of the foot or the back of the foot? Is there a difference between pressing the front of the foot, what happens here, or when you push the heel? I'm asking you really hard questions. When you push the heels, does it roll your whole bony part of the hip
Yes.
back? When you push the front, does it go more towards the muscle inside, deep inside your pelvis?
No, she's okay.
When you push your heels, all the bones are rolling back and your lumbar is curving too. When you push in the front of the foot, it affects only the muscle in the hip. Yes? No? Maybe?
I'm having a hard time feeling it.
Distinction. Yeah, it's a very hard distinction.
Front, your diaphragm gets more into action than your back.
That's right. Yeah. All these muscles, diaphragm is a muscle. The abdominals down here are muscles. Yes. Morning. Okay. What happens if you push the little toe, the outside? The outside of your foot. So your big toe and your arch are kind of, it's called supination. When you press on the outside.
Engage these.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of us do that. Some of us live there. Now let's push with the big toe. We see a lot of that here with people that have knees that are falling in. So the outside and the inside and the outside and the inside. So can you see that every pattern changes the puzzle in which muscle you're using and how it would affect? So if one leg goes in here and you're trying to get stable, it's not going to make these muscles work. So these muscles over time get lazy and other muscles have to compensate and take over. And that's when we started getting aches and pains and we don't understand, why am I hurting here? Or this is my bad knee, but I'm hurting in here. All these compensations. So when we're talking about balance or preventing fall, we need to understand what it is that we do and go back into center as much as we can. So with that, go ahead and put your hands not in the middle of the thigh, a little bit more towards the front, and bend your elbows until your body gets so far that you can maybe glide out of the chair, and maybe not, and go back and sit down. So the weight is in the center, like approximately in here. And when we're leaning forward, we are gonna get over our legs and we're gonna be able to lift the hip up.
I can't.
That's okay, we don't have to get up. But what we're looking for is the ability to shift the weight so far that the legs are taking over and come back. To be able to do it, we also have to talk a little bit about the relationship between the tail and the head. So as I go forward, my head will go forward and I'm going to look to where I want to be.
I can't
Yes,
do that
that makes a difference.
unless I get down here more.
I think in one of the classes I gave you the image of a peacock that lifts its feathers in the back, right? So it's lifting the feathers, opening them up.
I can't do that.
Because look what you're doing to your
Oh, I
knees.
did it.
I know, but you're taking your knees in. See if you can
Do
keep
it
the
with
knees
the
forward.
knees straight.
Yeah. So the knees are right, the feet, the legs are underneath my knees, and you're looking forward, and you're just gliding out. There, right there, right there. Look at me, though. Not down. And look forward, look forward, look forward and up, look forward and up. There you go.
It's there. It's there.
Okay, so getting up like this is not easy. An easier way to get up is actually like the leaf that's falling down from the tree in a spiral. We're going to spiral up. So we're going to take the knee and we're going to bring it in, allowing the hip to come with it. Now we're going to put the hand on the opposite side for stability and safety, and we're going to let this knee come down until this hip is kind of hanging off the chair. Now we're going to take this hip, we're going to put it back on the chair, and we're going to open the knee up. And we're going to turn and let the hip fall. And we're going to turn and we're going to let the hip come back. So the hip is the leader. The leader now, it's the leg, the knee. But when we come back, the hip will be the first to come to the chair and the leg will come after. So it's knee and hip. And hip. My body stays erect. I'm not leaning forward. I don't want to fall back. And knee and hip. Let's try the other side. Put the other hand on the chair. And now this knee will rotate the leg internally and the hip will fall off the chair. And the hip will come on top of the chair and the leg will turn. And rotate the leg in and lift the hip back into place. And rotate the leg in and put the hip back onto the chair. Few more times, get this rotation and opening up. So we are rotating in and we are rotating out. Let's do it one more time to this side, rotating in and rotating out. And we'll put this arm again on the chair, the opposite, your left, and we're going to take the right leg, my left, turning it in. Now make sure that your toes are there because we are going to come with a hand on the chair, forward and up. You can use the hand. Your leg is too far back. Your leg is too far back. It's here. Bring it a little closer. So it's like you're in a step. Bring it closer to you. No, closer. There you go. Even more. There. And now, try to get up. Look at you. There you go. Up, forward and up. And down.
It's been operated on. It doesn't work like it.
So just work on the direction. And we're turning the knee and the leg in. We're putting the toes under. And it's diagonally forward and up. with the hand or without the hand. And when you come back, you get onto the chair in one hip, and then you come back. And turn. So my toes are right underneath my hip. Then it's not behind my hip, it's right underneath my hip. Some of you, your leg is behind your hip, and that makes it so much harder. Look at me for a second. If my foot is here, it's much harder for me to get up. It's like I'm doing an exercise, right? I'm like getting before a sprint. Get it underneath you, so when you get up, you have a stability. So you can take the back leg and make a step. Let's do the other side. So, knee turns in, the whole leg turns in, the hip falls out of the chair, the foot gets underneath my hip, and you can use the hand to get up. Beautiful. Look forward and up, and don't get up. Just work on arranging the body. Again, leg in, hip falls out of the chair, bring the foot underneath you, look forward and up, and just arrange your body or get up. Wherever you are, there you go. And back to the...
One side is easier than the other.
Absolutely. That's the compensation that I was talking about. We'll do it a few more times to this side, so it's equal. And turn, bring the foot underneath the hip, and forward and up. See if you can make a step forward, make a step back, find the chair, and put one hip on it, bring the other hip, and turn and center. So this foot finds its place underneath the hip. Okay, it's not glued. Nobody nailed it down. And turn, hip, and forward. See if you can make a step. Come back. Find a chair. Put one hip. Put the other hip. And good. Let's find the center. And now when we move from sitting bone to sitting bones, it's even smaller movement that we had in the beginning. We don't need to find it. It's like right away. It's there. It's there. It's there. Yes? And as you're doing it, also pump your foot just a little bit. Get your foot to touch the sole of your shoe or your sandal a little clearer to give yourself stability. Would you do it on the side that you're going, or would you do it with the opposite side?
Side that you go.
I do it in the opposite.
Oh, do you?
That's right.
Yeah.
I do it on the same side.
Yeah, there is more weight going to the same side, but if I activate the opposite, then I get very stable.
Yes.
I'll give you an example from many, many years ago. When you were in your kitchen, 40, 50 years ago, and you tried to reach up to get something that's on the very, very top that you get once a year, the Christmas dishes kind of thing. You would reach up with the right arm, and you're going to push harder with your left foot to get stable. Right?
Yeah.
You know it in your body. Same thing here. When you go to the left, the right foot stabilizes you. When you go to the right, the left foot stabilizes you. And you come higher with your spine. So now you can reach and take this beautiful dish, and you can take this beautiful dish. So prevention from falling is not about, oh my God, I'll never fall again. It's how do I organize my body so I know my center and come back to it. Does it make sense?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
And we'll continue.
Thank you.
Thanks.